Alright, let's do this. So, Marion is 2/3 as old as Les. 4 years ago. This is 4 years ago. Marion was 2/3 as old as Les was. Notice how and then now she's 3/4 as old as he is now. Okay. So we got a couple things going on here. I made up a grid for Marion and Les's ages, and for now and then 4 years ago. So that's kind of a way of organizing things to start with. So Marion, we could say let M be. I really like this pen better, but I wanted it to be blue. Thank you. And let's let L be Les's age. I don't know, whatever. So 4 years ago, just simply put, we could say M minus 4. That would have been, whatever his age is now, would have been 4 years less. The same for Les. Okay. All right. What else do we know? So, okay. We also know that right now, Marion is 3/4 of Les's age. Okay. So we have that. And then we also know that 4 years ago, Marion was 2/3 as old as Les was. Okay, so that would be 2/3 as old as Les was, right? So I can go ahead and make those, set up some equations here, right? So I know that M is equal to 3/4 L. That's one equation, and I also know that M minus 4 is equal to 2/3 of L 4 years ago, right? Because that's his age 4 years ago, 2/3 of it. And when she was 4 years ago, she was M minus 4. Okay, so we've got two equations there. I think it's kind of obvious. Let me just put this right here. I think it's kind of obvious that we're going to substitute. It seems to me that would be the way to go. Alright, so instead of M, I'm going to substitute. Oops, I wanted green. Don't always get what you want. I wish the computer would read my mind, but it doesn't. Alright, so what did I say it was? 3/4 L. That's M. That's equal to M. So I substituted that. Minus 4 is equal to 2/3 of L minus 4. Okay, so let's go ahead and expand where we can. This is just 3/4 L minus 4 is equal to 2/3 L minus 8/3. Okay. Let's see. So I think we're going to subtract 2/3 L from both sides. So we're going to subtract 2/3 L from both sides. So when I do that, and I have, well, let's think about that. That's just going to be, we have to use common denominator, so 12ths. Okay, so that's going to be 9/12 minus 8/12. So that's just a 12th of L. And I'm also going to add a different color possibly here. I'm just going to add 4 to both sides. So if I'm adding 4, I'm actually adding how many, if I have a common denominator here. So I'm going to add 12/4. So that leaves 12/3, sorry, minus 8/3 is 4/3. Okay. Alright, so this is the same as L over 12 is equal to 4/3. And then I'm just going to multiply both sides by 12, right? Undo the division. So L is equal to, so times by, let me just show that with a different color. Let's go with, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to times it by 12. So then that's just going to be 16, right? Okay, so that means that currently, because that's right now, currently less is 16. And then what would be 3/4 of 16? So, last color here. Ooh, let's go with that. So we're going to say that, what was it? So M is equal to 3/4 of 16. Right? So that is 12. Okay, so we're going to say less is 16, and Marion is 12. You don't have to use this grid system, but I find it's kind of nice to organize the information that you have. So you have that. It's always going to be, usually as a current time, and then, or just two different times, and then two different names and their ages. All right.